Yo, I'm not talking about BBWs when I say I love me some Chubbies. Chubbies makes clothes that make every moment feel like a vacation, okay? I'm talking about everything from the most comfortable shorts you'll wear to swim trunks to pants, polos, and even button-down shirts that'll have grandma wanting to rub on your penis. All right?
Hold on. You might have to redo that one.
No. These swimsuits also feature a lightweight anti-chafe liner to protect your boys all beach season. And when I say boys, I'm talking about my penis and my testicles that grandma likes to rub. Whether you're getting dressed for your work day, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our code DUDES at chubbiesshorts.com. That's code DUDES at chubbiesshorts.com. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubbies. And one more time, 20% off with your order with our code DUDES at chubbiesshorts.com. So you know, Omaha Steaks knows exactly what dads want. Steaks. This Father's Day, give him an experience he'll always remember. Mouth-watering steaks and a reason to think about you. From amazing dad jokes to patching up those little knees of yours, your dad is one of a kind and he deserves this kind of gift that's guaranteed to take him to his happy place. This Father's Day, show him the love with a gift as unforgettable as he is. Omaha Steaks. Order the deluxe Father's Day gift package with 20 unforgettable entrees plus 4 free burgers for just $89.99 when you use promo code DUDES, and every purchase is backed by their unconditional money-back guarantee. Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods.
That's actually really fucking good.
Party Rock is in the house tonight. Hey, David, so did you go to prom?
I went to senior ball.
Okay.
But junior prom, I did not go. Samantha, I'm very, very sorry. I hooked her up with my buddy Corey.
Okay.
And then afterwards, she got so mad at me. She was like, thanks a lot for bailing on me. I didn't bail on you, Samantha. I got in trouble, and my dad wouldn't let me go, and he beat my ass that night, all right? So I couldn't go. So I hooked her up with my buddy who didn't have a date.
And he didn't dance.
And he didn't dance.
I remember this story.
And then she's still mad at me till this day. She actually mentioned it recently at a wedding. And she was like, do you remember? I was like, I'm sorry, okay?
Why was there no senior prom? I feel like that's the thing to do your senior year, senior prom.
We called it senior ball.
I see.
So I went to senior ball with my very first girlfriend.
Huh.
It was pretty cool.
Did you like your senior year of high school? Did you have a good time?
It was the best. Let me tell you why I love senior year of high school, right? Senior year, my first and second year of high school, freshman and sophomore year, those are the years where you're a phony. You don't know who the fuck you are.
You're figuring it out. You're like trying to either be hard or cool or whatever the fuck.
Right,
Yeah.
and you're just a little fake-ass little fuck, right? Well, when junior and senior year came around, probably towards the middle of the junior year, I had this moment where I was just like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to join choir.
Yeah, bro.
I don't care if my friends call me a gay. Okay? I'm just going to join choir. I'm going to sing. I'm going to do all the shit that I fucking want. And then my grades got better, I think because I was enjoying high school, right?
Yeah.
I joined choir. I did all that other shit. And I just stopped caring. I just didn't give a fuck anymore. And it felt so fucking good. I didn't worry about what other people were thinking so much. I started doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit it did cause a lot of problems with certain people because they're just like, oh, this guy doesn't give a fuck anymore, right? Because I was just like, I'm not going to let you take away from my joy, right? So I'm just going to do me. So senior year of high school is really fucking fun for me, man.
Dude, senior year is the year where it's like, you basically know if you're going to graduate or not by like the end of junior year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're either good to go or you're sweating to get all those fucking last little credits. So it's like senior year, you've been there, this is your 4th year. Everybody automatically kind of like just bows down to you a little bit. It's your senior year. I remember one time, dog, so we used to have this thing called Saturday school at Paramount High where if you like
Yeah, we had that too.
Yeah, so if you were like bad, quote unquote, a little bit, the teachers would send you to Saturday school, right? And I remember one time, senior year, like they kind of let the seniors do their own thing, So all the seniors were at like one table during Saturday school. All the little fucking freshmen and sophomores were, it was only sophomores at Paramount High. Freshmen were on a different campus, not important. Anyways, the sophomores are just there, kind of like trying to be good. The seniors are dicking around, making jokes, being stupid. And my boy, like Luis, was like, man, Seniors just fucking around. This is what it's all about right here. Felt like a movie.
Yeah.
We're just here fucking just like being stupid. You know what I'm
just
saying?
don't care. You're pretty much done, dude. You're just it. I remember, well, this was a really bad thing, but did you ever do summer school?
Yes.
Yeah. So I did summer school. And here's the thing, like,
I could not pass algebra, but go ahead.
math sucks. So, you know, I think like you get picked on a lot if number one, if you don't go with the flow of things, and also you look like me. There are two things that causes you to get bullied and picked on, right? And I'm like a very goofy guy. Like who I am now is how I was in high school. Like I was just always super goofy like this. And when I was in summer school, you're in summer school, you're not in the classes with the people that you typically know.
Yeah.
It's just anybody. So I kind of stayed in the academia route. I didn't do well in the academia route, but my parents wanted me to stay in like, what do you call those things? Those things that give you college credits.
Oh.
Honor classes.
Okay, yeah.
So I was in these honor classes, but I was failing them all, right? But I think because my parents knew that people who took those classes were just the more motivated kids.
Okay.
So they sent me to these. So I wasn't around like some of the regular kids for my third and fourth year. So a lot of these people just don't know who I am. And so they were, you know, trying to punk me and shit. Because I'm not doing anything. But obviously, you know, I got these thick glasses. I'm this like Asian dude.
Yeah.
But they don't know I have a really bad temper.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's been a while since I've been a part of those classes. So I remember in summer school, this fucking guy starts calling me a bitch. I till this day, I don't know what his problem was. I'm literally chilling on the other side of the room. And the teacher for the driving school class was Coach Esslinger. He was our defensive football coach, right? And he knows me because I'm in his weight training class. And it's like, this guy's calling me a bitch and a pussy. I don't know if because somebody told him to say that to me, but I didn't know who he was talking about because I never spoke to this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I remember I'm just like, who's this guy calling a bitch and a pussy? I'm like, whoa, this guy's angry. And I'm look at the guy, and he's like, you fucking pussy. And I'm like, who, me?
Yeah.
And I couldn't piece it together. And then lo and behold, like right when I clicked that he started calling me a pussy, I look at Coach Esslinger, he looks back at me, and he just goes, don't do it. Because he knows I'm getting heated. And then I grab a fucking chair and I just bash it over the dude's head. Like,
wow.
And I just keep smashing the fucking chair over him.
Oh, God.
And then, you know, he starts breaking us up. We take
Were
it
you
out.
in love?
Huh? And so afterwards, I shove him against the locker. I lock hands with him. And I do this, and he's like, stop, don't do it, don't do it. And I'm like, don't do what? He goes, kiss me. I was like, sounds like you want it, right? And he goes, I do, but I can't say it out loud because I'm gay. And then I kiss him. No, but this guy, I'm like taking this chair and I'm just like fucking smashing his head with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not hitting him very well because he was fine.
Okay.
And then this is the funniest thing that this guy did. I think it's because I'm such a geeky guy, but also I was like twice his size.
Yeah.
I was this size when I was fucking 17.
Lord.
So after this happens, this guy comes out. And we're outside. I'm like, what's up? And I still have the chair like I'm in my hand because I'm going to chuck it at this fool, right? He goes, you fucking F word, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'm going to beat your fucking ass. But then he just starts running. And then afterwards, I was like, wait, what? What the fuck just happened? And then the coach said something that made the whole class laugh. He goes, looks like he's a pussy to me. And then the whole fucking class laughed, and I was vindicated.
Wow.
He didn't go to the school, actually. He attended some other school.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that guy's deal was. So I was like, why is he calling me a pussy? Like, I don't even know this guy.
Maybe
to this day, I don't know who the fuck he is.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
Maybe he didn't exist. Maybe he died. You were like, there's this guy. I saw his name tag, Robert Chicken Wing, and
Robert Buffalo Wing.
Robert Chicken Wing. He was like picked a fight with me, and they're like, Robert Chicken Wing. He died 10 years ago.
Wow, I kissed a ghost.
And you liked it.
My hands went through, and it was just to the locker. Shout outs to that guy. And I still want an apology. You're very mean. But you got to understand, too, when I was younger in the school, you know, at the time, it wasn't too bad, but you can't let somebody punk you, especially if they're from a different school. Like, you'll be known as the bitch.
It's like prison.
Yes, for the rest of your life, they will call you a bitch. So either you have to do something, or you just get beat up. And I couldn't get beat up.
Well, guess what?
Plus, he was half my size.
I got you some wings.
Let's do it.
From Kyo-chan.
Kyocha!
Kyochon, my guy.
That's my people.
Korean wings. I love Kyochon wings so much. They used to have just a little spot in the food court at the Cerritos Mall. Me and Rick would go all the time. We didn't even know what the concept of Korean wings were, but we would always go.
Black people.
Black people, Thai people, Korean people, all eat wings together.
Black people give a gift to Korea. They gave us a pride chicken. They came through a wartime. It's the military, and they said, "Hey, you guys want to try a fried chicken?" And the Korean people say, "Hey, that's a crunchy." And then after that, they have a sex with our woman, and they take them back all the way to America.
Then you have a Jene Aiko.
Jenny have a Jenny Aiko. It's very cute. It's very nice. It's a Japanese pace, but a black person booty. It's wonderful.
Yeah, now because of that episode of Iron Chef, whenever you say, "Oh, I love Korean fried chicken," someone drops that fact.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad people know that now.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this. Thank you, Alton Brown. Now they know. Now they try to educate me on that. It's like, whoa.
Anytime you try to talk about how good Korean wings are, they're like, "Well, that's because black people taught them how to do it." And well, hey.
You know, my dad told me that when I was a kid. I thought he was lying.
Really?
Because it just sounds so ridiculous.
It's like, well, I mean, I get, you grow. Why does it sound ridiculous, David?
Because it just sounds like this magical black person came and just gave us fried chicken. It sounds racist. It's
Black people magic. It's what they do. They invented everything.
Cool.
Yeah, me and Chia love Kyeochan. This is our shit. Fucking, and I was scrolling through our Uber Eats options and Kyeochan popped up. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, give me some fucking chicken wings.
Get some, dog.
Wow, what flavors do we have?
So we have their original like honey wings. We got some soy garlic. We got some shit called like their red garlic. And we also got some shit. Let me tell me what this is because it's like some Korean shit.
Well, it's fucking crunchy, guys.
Yeah, okay. So they have like their original, they just added this flavor. It's like original something. And it just looks so crispy. And then they got this like popping.
The crunch is wild.
Did y'all hear that noise that came out that man's mouth? So we also got yangnam wings.
Yangnam just means marinade.
Oh, okay. So we got the honey wings, we got
Seasoning.
soy garlic, yangnam, and we got the red wings, which are a little kick to it.
The yangnam is typically like the soy garlic, but look at this, guys. They gave us boneless wings.
Oh my god, yeah, you always do that. I mean, I haven't tried this flavor from Kyeochan yet. It's just they're just their super. What the fuck is this? They're real wings is what they call it. I do that.
Ooh, this better look like a fossil when you're done. And you kind of bite the ends. I judge people by the way they eat their chicken wings too, by the way.
Mom, you ever see? Sometimes they'll have those posts of like, how do you eat your wings on a scale of 1 to 5? And like 1 is like bare, like we eat it, and 5 is like the motherfuckers that just bite the middle and leave all the ends.
I hate that.
Shit triggers me, dog.
And people really do eat chicken wings like that. That's not even a fucking joke. Like,
No,
I see it all the time.
No, I literally have Jasmine Villegas. Shout out to Jasmine Villegas. She eats her fucking wings like that. Just bites the middle and leaves the rest of that shit.
I have no idea who that is. Is she your friend?
She's a singer, and she's my friend.
Okay, never mind then.
No, talk your shit.
Okay. What are you, stupid? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, girl?
Yeah. You're probably really nice. Remember, this is a comedy show. I don't know you at all. I'm just doing this for comedic purposes, you idiot.
She's so nice. She's very pretty, and she used to date Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yeah.
She had the Biebs?
She's actually in that baby. Oh, she's in that video.
How'd they get to meet?
She sings. So they're like they were a thing. Yeah.
Wow.
I also to eat with our wings. I found this Indian beer that I've never had before. It's called Taj Mahal Premium Lager Beer.
You benchot motherfucker, really?
I was gonna bring some soju to eat with the Korean wings, but the soju was warm at this Bevmo that I was at. And I was like, I don't want to drink no warm soju. So I was like, when I watched Squid Games, there was that random Indian dude there. So let me get this Indian beer.
Bloody bastard. That's my favorite thing that they say. British influence. You bloody bastard. Benchot bloody bastard. Chutia motherfucker.
Chutia.
Dude, I will say this. I consider Indian people Asian. Do we all?
Same.
Not Asian, right?
Yeah.
You guys are just a different flavor Asian.
Yeah.
Two cultures that curse the best in Asia, Indian and Korean.
What is your definition of best?
There's a lot of angry words. Like Chinese doesn't really have it apparently.
Okay.
Well, from my friends told me this, like there are insults, but it's like very poetic. You know what I mean? Like this is like you sister fucker. You know what I mean? Their shit is harsh, just like Korean, and I love it.
Well, David,
The soy garlic one.
the soy garlic is popping. Let me tell you something, man. I was vegetarian for like 2 months just to see if I could do it. And then one time,
What the fuck?
yeah, this was years ago. I was like, let me see if I could do this shit. No, I'm lying. I was pescatarian. At first I was vegetarian, then I did pescatarian. It was probably like 2 months. It was almost going on a whole fucking season, right? And then I went to a Super Bowl party. Someone laid out some wings. I was like, I gotta eat the wings, man. I gotta eat the wings.
Wings are so fucking
Sorry, Robyn Couch.
It's okay. I still love you guys.
good. He tried. I could be pescatarian probably for the rest of my life if I wanted to.
You've said that multiple times, yeah.
I could definitely do it. It's not a problem for me at all whatsoever. I would definitely miss this, and I would just have to figure out how I can make fish taste as good as this. It would be the same marinade, just with like some type of firm fish.
Let me ask you this. What's the worst food poisoning you ever had? What's the one time some fucking food had you fucked up?
When I was going to Taiwan, I was on a plane. It was actually recorded. I didn't get food poisoning from Taiwanese food. I got food poisoning from Delta Airlines food. It was so fucking bad, I projectile vomited and diarrheaed at the same fucking time.
On the plane?
I would diarrhea, and then it would turn around, and I'll have to vomit into the poop water from the fucking vomit, and I had to do that multiple times. I wasn't in business class.
Yeah.
Because it was a transfer flight. It was only 3 hours.
Okay.
But I ran into the business class area because it was the closest bathroom. And this lady was like, "Sir, you can't be back here." I was like, "I'm gonna shit myself." She's like, "Oh my God." I ran in. All you hear is just splattering everywhere and me going, "Ah, ah." It was projectile. I never had projectile vomiting before.
Do you remember what you ate?
It was whatever the airline food was. Because the moment it went into my stomach, it already tasted kind of funny. And I was like, "Oh, this is a little weird." And then an hour later, next thing you know, violently sick.
Dang.
I threw up so fucking much. And I thought it was going to ruin our whole trip because I hadn't even landed yet.
Ah.
But after I shat for almost 2 hours and threw up for almost 2 hours, your boy was fine the next day.
My God.
I took it all out of my system. That was God right there. Thank you, God.
Probably the worst time I've ever had like diarrhea as well was like I tell people, when you go to Thailand, eat everything, right? But you run the risk of getting diarrhea, okay? And even me as a Thai boy, and I always say I have a very strong stomach. But oh yeah, this Taj Mahal beer is great. I was at a seafood restaurant with my family, and there was this like specific soup that had like these like fish eggs in it. And here's the thing, I've known multiple people that they've had this soup when they go on vacation in Thailand, and it fucks them up, you know?
What's in the fish egg soup?
It's the fish egg. It's something in the fucking, it's something, dog, that fucks everybody up. And it fucked me up. It gave me diarrhea, like bad diarrhea for like 2-3 days. But my cousin's husband, this white dude named Dave, he had the soup.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dave because he'll eat everything. But he was there, he was fucking going in, eating all that shit. This shit fucked him up so bad. They took him to the hospital. He was throwing up and puking so much. Yeah, it was all bad.
From the fish soup.
From the fish soup, yeah.
Note to self. That's the one thing I get scared of when I go to Asia, right? Not so much in the restaurant food, but in the street food. It's just different like bacteria is what they say. For some reason in Taiwan I was fine. I didn't get any of that shit. I am scared to try Indian street food at the certain places, right? Because I bet you it tastes good. But I don't know about putting your whole elbow inside the food. It's kind of wild.
That adds flavor.
Hey, you benchot motherfucker.
That little ashy elbow is like powdered sugar on that shit, dog.
And I see it, and there's just sweat glistening off of his forearm. And then he dips it in, and he just just starts mixing that shit in the chickpeas and everything. I'm like, dude, you know big facts, you didn't have to do that. There was a spoon right next to you. There's literally a spoon next to you.
That makes it not as good.
You guys, dude. I'll tell you this, man. It looks good at certain places, but come on. Come on. Sanitation, please.
You know, even the all the street food in Thailand is getting super like more regulated, you know, which is great.
They had to do, by the way, they also had to do this in Korea because people were getting sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, what's wrong with y'all? What, like, fix your shit, dog.
Okay. Shall we go into street food videos of all of our countries and see who's the cleanest?
We're gonna take a break because I have to pee. Bye.
Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Chubbies. Skies out, thighs out, summer is right around the corner, and our friends at Chubbies are bringing the good vibrations. And you know me, I love my Hoochie Daddy shorts. I got the ones in khaki, and let me tell you something, man. Hoochie Daddy shorts with the little oversized tee is summer fun, my friends. Embrace the spirit of endless summer with Chubbies, the ultimate destination for bold, vibrant, and outrageously comfortable clothing. The cool thing about the shorts that I got, my friends, they also have an expandable waist because you know your boy likes to eat during the summer. So guess what? Fits perfectly before I'm eating and I'm fasting, and still fits perfect after I eat 17 racks of ribs and I cry in my bed because I know I overate and now I have to run it off. But I don't, because I love my body and I love my Chubbies because I'm chubby. Whether you're getting dressed for your workday, a workout, or a weekend getaway, Chubbies has you covered. For a limited time, Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off your order with our codes DUDES at chubbiesshorts.com. That's code DUDES at chubbiesshorts.com. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Don't blend in with the crowd. Stand out with Chubbies.
Audio of him being very racist was sent to some faculty members. You hear the story? Let me tell you, dog. There's a principal of a school, of a high school, and someone acquired audio of him saying something like, yeah, you know, like, these black kids can't test out of a paper bag, and then something about the Jews, and something, right? So this audio was sent to multiple faculty members, like 3 different teachers, okay? One of the teachers already didn't fuck with this principal, so the teacher kind of like sent this to multiple people, sent it to different news outlets. Look at this fucking racist ass principal, right? This teacher also shared it with a student who I guess had like, I don't know, social media following. So this student shared it on all her socials. Shit went viral, right? This principal gets fired, of course, and is, you know, everyone's like, yo, this fool's racist, blah, 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 whole bunch of shit, right? Upon investigation, they tracked the IP of the email that sent this audio, and it goes back to a faculty member, a formal faculty member who was like, didn't get their contract renewed. So basically got fired, right? And the FBI, investigating this shit, after analyzing the audio, determined it was AI. The principal never said this shit. It was all AI.
This is recently.
This is recent.
That is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Who did that?
So apparently, you know, like the teacher that got fired got this shit together, sent it around, and now I guess from what I saw on TikTok, because this has never happened like
Ever,
and especially to a regular ass person, like not even like a celebrity. You hear some shit about celebrities, you're like, oh, this AI is whatever, right? You know, like, oh, there's a fake Drake song, there's Obama singing a Jay-Z song, it's AI shit, right? Tupac is back singing shit, it's AI shit. But to happen to a real person, a regular ass person, it's like this is brand new shit. So it's like now it's like they're trying to get laws together to figure out how do we navigate this, the future, where nothing is real.
Dude, how terrible of a person can you be to try to ruin somebody's life like that?
Their whole ass life.
That's fucking crazy.
Because you're bitter.
Who can I AI set up right now?
Well, here's what's fucked up. I think about this all the time, and I hate to put this out into the universe even, but like, I have so much content. You and me too. Our whole shit now that we do is just talking for hours every week.
If we die, just on the content alone that we spoke about, somebody could recreate us.
Not even if we die. Literally right now, dog. Someone could run a couple hours. Like, we have. Look, I have over 200 something hours of No Chaser. We have 100 something hours of fucking dudes. You have Genius Brain. They can literally run hours of shit through an AI. Not only could they get our voices, but our sense of humors, our timing, the way we say things, and like there could be AI versions of us communicating. Like right now, if someone wanted to, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
But
what if I talk like this, huh? Come on. Hey, I'm not David. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But it's 100% possible, bro. Especially for podcasters.
I get kind of scared with AI, man. Like, it's going to happen, dude. All those scary movies that we saw where people are talking, warning us about artificial intelligence if it goes unchecked, it's going to happen. Like
it's now.
The what is it called? The hubris of man is ridiculous. We are going to fuck ourselves so hard if we don't set rules in place. And look, it's already happening, man. Like
we're in the shit right now. Ooh, at red sauces. Very spicy.
Really? Is that ranch? Mm-hmm. Give me the ranch.
We're at the point where you have to second guess everything.
Oh, and look, I figured that out early on in the podcasting thing. And let me tell you my first example of figuring this out. So, Genius Brain just started and, people would start suggesting things that I should talk about. Mm-hmm. So I had this Korean pop star on a sketch years ago, this, Jay Park. Mm-hmm.
Sexy ass Jay Park. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little sweet, milky skinned boy, and it sucked because every article that was out at the time when this thing happened, he was translating for this MMA fighter called Korean Zombie, right? And so every article posted this, that they said that Jay Park was like talking shit to Brian Ortega, the fighter. But when in reality, Jay Park was just translating what Korean Zombie was said, and there was like a miscommunication thing. So Brian Ortega slapped the shit out of Jay Park.
What?
Yeah. At a UFC event. And so on my podcast, I was like, why the fuck would you talk shit to a professional fighter? And lo and behold, that wasn't even the case. And that was my first taste of, you got to really do your research now, because journalism, which is already shady as it is, online journalism is 10 times worse now.
Nobody checks anything.
Yeah, and so like when this happened, people were like, that's not actually what happened, and people were mad because I posted that video like a week after. And I was like, no, that's not what the article said. And so I went back to see these articles. All of them changed the titles.
Dang.
So it's like, I don't even have proof now. It's like, what the fuck? Because I was pretty thorough. I read like 4 or 5, and all the sources that I went to all changed the titles. It's like, you fucking assholes, dude. So even then was like my first taste of, you can't trust anything.
It's crazy, bro. Like Rick will send me some shit, and it's like, before you used to have to, the wings are popping, right? Yeah. If y'all ever in LA and get down on some, if you're able to get down on some Kyeochan wings, it's a lot of Korean like wing spots, but Kyeochan is like,
classic.
Yeah, love it. You really have to second guess everything nowadays. It's kind of crazy, right? Which is also kind of refreshing because you can also be like, did I say some fucked up shit? Nah, that's AI, bro. Yeah. What? You got a video of me doing what? Nah. That's AI, CGI, MISSI, PPI.
Yeah. You know what I do down too? Like I always tell people, like, look, 2 sides to every story. There's your version, their version, and the truth, right?
Mm-hmm. 3 sides, you mean?
No, there's 5 sides. Something like a pentagon. Strike with the forces of King Solomon, letting bygones be bygones, and so on and so on. Mm-hmm. What song is that?
Lauryn Hill.
Ghetto Superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has like a weird extended version of the truth, right? What I always do, and when I tell people too, like young people who ask, is like, well, what do you do if your friend says this and that? You only comment about if what happened is true, I feel bad for it, or how you feel about the situation. You can't talk definites because you don't know. So what I always say is like, damn, that sounds really fucked up. Why do you think they would do that? Right? But you're not actually committing into believing their story because that's not what you're there for. You're just there to hear it, right? Because I don't fucking know. And I will tell you this, I would say 50% of the time, a lot of it's are lies because it's just skewed, right? And then if I do a little digging, it's like, that's not what happened. This is what happened.
That's why you can't trust the Bible, bro. Because it's been so many stories passed down through the years. You know, I went to a Christian school, so I felt like they tell you, look, this is all God's word. But then you get older, you realize this can't be God's word. This has been passed down. Interpretation. I'm definitely leaning. I'm more on the side of like, yo, these are stories to teach lessons as opposed to actual verbatim. This is how it went down type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you this on a more religious aspect too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I think I always have a problem with like young Christians because remember this is the religion I grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
They always want to tell people about God, but they don't read the Bible and they don't know about God themselves. And they come into a person who is an atheist or someone who is agnostic and they know the Bible more than them and they can't. It's like, damn, that's a problem then, bro. It's like, I think you like the feeling of what the community does, but you can't go and try to evangelize and tell people about this omnipotent being in God when you don't know him yourself.
Well, it gets fucked up when people want to use the Bible to prove their points. When they want to quote Bible verses to say like why gays are bad. And then it's like you can literally quote Bible verses that say if you wear 2 types of jeans is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wear 2 types of fabrics, that's a sin. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's like, all right, bro, like you can nitpick anything you want, you know? But it's like I'm a firm believer. Look, I still consider myself a Christian, right? Regardless of me talking about how much like I don't, you know, I second guess the Bible and shit. Like I feel like I'm a firm believer in if God is omnipotent, all-knowing, he's the man, he created all this shit, then he can look at shit with an objective mind and be like, yo, look, times change, things change, y'all can wear 2 different types of jeans now, I'm cool with the gays. You know, it's like, why wouldn't God, as an omnipotent, all-knowing, omniscient creator, not be able to look at things and evolve, you know?
Yeah, look. And here's the thing too, like for somebody like me who isn't as practicing as he used to be, like my understanding of the Bible and scripture is very small. It's super fucking small, right? Which is why, like you rarely ever hear me talk about like religion from an authoritative position. Like even though I was going through the process of seminary, I forgot it all, right? So it's like I have no right to say anything. I also have no right to tell somebody to believe in something that I don't practice as well. So there should be some of that as well too, right? It's just kind of weird. I don't know why people, you know what? People just want to be a know-it-all, man. I think that's what it is. They like the feeling of just like knowing things that you don't know, right? And I think sometimes too with like religion, you know, let's move it away from just like Christianity. People like who are hyper-religious, they like it because it puts them in a position of power that they never had before.
Oh, because they feel like I can preach to you about like, this is what's gonna happen in your life, bro.
Like, if you don't do this, blah, 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 I'm the one who saved you, right? And they like that feeling. And they've never had an opportunity to feel that way because they haven't done those type of things in their life to be in that position. But being religious, there's no audition for it. There's no way for you to climb up any ladder.
Yeah.
You're just religious. And then you get to go ahead and speak your shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like one of those things I was thinking about recently. I'm like, oh, maybe that's why they come off a little annoying.
That makes sense, bro.
Right. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine too. It's like, have you ever noticed like growing up when we went to church, it's like, not all, but I would say 80% of the church leaders is like, I wouldn't hang out with you anyways. You're a fucking loser. Like you're a fucking dweeb.
Yeah.
Like you have no friends outside of this. All your friends you met here at the church. You didn't really, you have nothing in your personal life reflects what you have here.
The only friend they need is the almighty Jesus Christ.
Oh, you all right?
Jesus Christ is my BFF, WWJD, JD, Jermaine Dupree, so deaf, a deaf man, a blind man, and a man that can't walk.
Walk into a bar.
Walk into a bar. He said, ouch, because the bar was hard-hitting as the words of the Bible. New King James Brown, I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
I'm converting to Satanism. One of the things that pastors do so well that used to crack me up is that this is like a lot of young new pastors. They would do this shit because they hear other pastors who make great analogies. And so they don't have the life experience that some of these older pastors do. So they have to try and make shit up on the spot. It's like, yeah, so I was in the grocery store the other day and then I saw this lemon and it was by itself among a stack of limes. And I thought to myself, why is nobody grabbing that lemon? It's not a lime. But if you left a lime on a tree, what does it become? It becomes yellow. Is it different?
Or is it Asian?
All it took was a little time, a little sun, and a little bit of TLC to change that lime into a lemon. Now, do you see something different? Is that how you treat people in your lives?
You said they need a little sun, the Son of God. That is what you need to truly blossom in your life. I tell you this, David, so you look at here, it's a box of wings. You got your flats and your drums, correct? Now, are you a drums man or a flats man, David, so?
I would say I'm a flats man.
You are a flats man because you like to take those two bones and break them. But what happens when you break those bones down, David, so?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why you need to pray. Because you don't know. We know nothing outside of the almighty Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. Now, please put some money in this donation. In the donation basket.
Please. Please.
I need a new Lamborghini, David, so.
The other day I was walking around the park and I noticed a tree. You know, you normally I walk by these trees and every day I never stopped to look at it. And I started to realize that when we look at this tree during spring, it's beautiful. What happens during the winter when it's cold? The leaves are bare. Does it change its beauty? Or do we not just wait for the season to come where it can show its beauty? People are like seasons. But the one thing that doesn't change is God's will. God brought the seasons. He is the one to change you. He's the one to show you your beauty in your time of need. And guess what? Right now, it's not your time to shine because you haven't trusted the Lord in all that he can do for you.
Amen.
Right now, it's not your spring, it's your winter. Pray hard enough, that spring will come.
Yes, Lord. Amen.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah,
Alhamdulillah, brother. If you don't believe in Allah, I will wrestle you to the floor and put you in submission. It's just,
Hey, I heard that preacher voice coming out of you, dog. That was sounding good. Me and David So are going to have a little prayer circle. We'll be right back.
Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, this podcast is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Listen, if you think that I didn't order Omaha Steaks before we got this ad spot, you're out of your damn mind. I've been ordering from Omaha Steaks forever, and they have good steaks. Well, guess what? With Father's Day right around the corner, what do you give the man who has everything? Easy. You give him an experience he'll never forget. You take him to a brothel. Just kidding. You give him Omaha Steaks because a world-class dad deserves a world-class steak. The Father's Day experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to put a smile on the big guy's face this summer with hand-selected packages like the Deluxe Father's Day gift. For just $89.99, this package includes a mouth-watering assortment of dad's grilling favorites like Omaha Steaks butcher cut top sirloins, juicy boneless pork chops, deli-style gourmet jumbo franks, and their legendary Omaha Steak burgers. All you have to do is go to omahasteaks.com and use our code DUDES at checkout to order the Deluxe Father's Day gift and get 4 additional burgers absolutely free. From grown-worthy dad jokes to patching up skin knees, your dad is one of a kind and he deserves the kind of gift that's guaranteed to take him to his happy place. This Father's Day, show him the love with a gift as unforgettable as he is. Omaha Steaks. Order the Deluxe Father's Day gift package with 20 unforgettable entrees plus 4 free burgers for just $89.99 when you use promo code DUDES, and every purchase is backed by their unconditional money-back guarantee. You know what the funny thing is like, because I grew up in a church and through the whole seminary, I didn't go through the whole thing, but those skills don't leave you. Like, they kind of stick with you for the rest of your life.
I bet.
And I didn't kind of, I kind of know this, but I don't think about this. But a lot of my partners tell me that when I speak to like, people, employees, it's like, that's that pastor talk. It's just like, it just comes out.
Hilarious.
It's just a part of how you communicate and stuff. But when you first start trying to speak and stuff, like you kind of get enamored with the way that other good pastors do it. But it's because they have life experience, though. They're drawing from real shit. When you're young, you don't got that shit. You got to go live life first before you can speak on stuff. You know what I mean? I felt like I was kind of faking the funk when I was younger.
You felt like you were forcing it almost?
Oh, 100%, dude. It was like this guy that I remember at this. We took these kids on a level 1 missionary trip, right? It was to Arizona where we're rebuilding homes on like Native American places.
Lame.
All right. I thought I was doing something good, but we were doing that. And there was another guy who was a church leader there. And
Clarification. Arizona is lame, not Native Americans. Go ahead.
all right.
Double clarification. I love Arizona. Go ahead.
Also, they're gay. No. Double clarification. I like gay people. There's a guy, he was telling the story, and it was like super emotional. And he was going through this whole thing about him like having like suicidal thoughts and everything else. And at the end of the story, we thought it was about a person who passed away. Okay. And it turned out it was his dog.
Oh, yeah. You told the story. Yeah.
And I was so annoyed.
Well,
it was like, dude, come on. You tell the story and you just go, I shit you not, this is how he started it. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's the theatrics. And that's like it's that first year seminary talk, right? Yeah. You just kind of, you're being a little theatrical. Just tell the story. Be honest, You have been a great pastor.
I've said this before. My youth pastor was at one point looking at me to almost be like an apprentice, you know what I'm saying? To be a potential youth pastor because I was very heavy into the church around like when I was like 15, 16. And also, I was like quote unquote cool, So the kids valued my opinion. And he was looking at me like, maybe I was next up to be a youth pastor, right? And then I went to
you had pussy,
and then and then me and Tina Park started going down on each other, and
you were like, "Devil is super cool. Devil's a kind of a cool guy."
I was like, "I love Did You Cry, but I love the Pucci too." Nah, but you get a little older and you just start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this before, like. When I was in high school, because I went to a Catholic high school for 1 year, Bishop Montgomery High School, and it was I was exposed to so many different types of Christian, where it was like, because I went to a Christian school, Protestant Christian, from preschool to 8th grade. I wasn't around Catholics, I wasn't around any of that shit. So when I went to Bishop, it was like one of the only like private Christian like high schools in the area. So it was everybody. Protestants, Catholics, Coptic Orthodox, fucking like Mormons. Everybody was going to the school, right? And it was the first time I was like, so all of us believe in the same God, but we got very drastic, different rules. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that shit doesn't make sense to me. Because if God is God, then why does God give a fuck? And I was like, then I realized he doesn't give a fuck. And I realized all this shit is just man-made, arbitrary, silly rules for whatever reason. I'm like, how come you can eat a burger? How come I can eat a hamburger on Friday, but you can't? That doesn't make sense,
Has this thought ever fucked you up? Where I still ruminate about this sometimes too, where it's like the argument of the existence of creation, right?
Okay.
So the atheist or the I wouldn't say agnostic, right? It would have to be atheist, where it's like the creation of the universe was created out of nothing, right? Is the idea. Like there was this big bang that happened, and thus it caused creation. And the agnostic or the Christian or whatever it is, like there is an omnipotent being that created this. You can't create nothing out of nothing, something out of nothing. That in the laws of physics, it doesn't make sense. So now I'm thinking like, okay, that has always just like bothered me. I'm like, I don't understand. This is like beyond my comprehension.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, if you can't create something from nothing, then how was creation created? And the question behind that is like, then who created the creator? Like, where does it begin?
Oh wow, you getting very paradoxical right now.
Yeah, and it blows my fucking mind, and I still don't know the fucking answer.
And it makes sense because it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
I mean, and here's what's annoying too, right? If you ask some shit like that to a Christian school teacher or a preacher, they will say shit like this. Our human minds can't comprehend how God has been here, has always been here. And they'll say some shit like that. Or as far as my Christian school went.
I've been told that too.
If you ask some shit like, okay, how come, God created everything? Who created God? Like, doesn't make sense. They'll be like, we just can't understand because we're human. But God's always been here and he understands. It's like, all right, come on, man.
Give me something more than that.
You gotta, come on, man. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
they basically were like, hey, you're too stupid. Shut up.
We're all too stupid. Stop asking questions. And that's where it gets silly too.
Yeah.
They expect you to not ask questions.
Like I've definitely, that was the thought that always was just kind of like in the back of my mind. And I still think about it now. It's like, okay, yeah, if nothing can't create something, you can't have two nothings to create something, right? That is an objective truth, right? That there has to be a something that created this something. But what is that something? Who created the something? And that's where, like I said, it's that paradoxical truth, but it just keeps going in a circle. Like that shit blows my mind.
Well, you know what? You're sounding like just an idiot right now.
Well, guess what? Then I just go fuck it and I go masturbate to porn, and then I get all those ideas out of my cum.
Well, look, if you want to be a good boy, you masturbate to Christian porn.
What is Christian porn?
They're wearing nun outfits. It's lit.
Okay, dude. I've never heard of Christian porn before.
No.
I thought Christian porn was something completely different. It's just like hot girls praying, fully clothed.
You've heard of soaking, yes?
Oh, where the Mormon people, they just like stick their dick and they just don't do anything with
Yes,
it?
because there's like some like technicality where as long as you're not thrusting, it's not considered like sexual intercourse. It's not considered a sin as long as you're not thrusting. So they can insert themselves and they just lay there and it doesn't count. So they'll like pay people or they'll have their homies jump on the bed.
Oh, I didn't hear about the jumping part.
So they have jumpers on the bed to move them because they're not in control of that.
So they're just having threesomes, basically? Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. Huh?
So yeah. So I've heard even to the extent of like, let's say you going to BYU, fucking big Mormon school, motherfuckers are soaking everywhere. It'll be like, I don't know, somebody might put out there like, yo, pay this dude $20 to jump on the bed while you guys soak, and it's like a whole thing.
At that point too, do you even believe in God at that point? You think,
they definitely do.
like God is that dumb? Like God just said like, yeah, you got me there.
And that's the big silly part, bro. Big silly sills right here, okay?
Yeah.
I've said this before. A movie that changed my mind completely on religion is a movie called Dogma, okay? Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Rock, bunch of people, right? But the whole shit is about two angels that got kicked out of heaven and they're trying to navigate technicalities of rules set by man so that they can get back into heaven, right? So it's making fun of the whole like silliness of like man-made rules around Christianity. So like to what you just said, where it's like Mormon, they're going so hard on these very specific rules. You can't do this and this and that. But if you insert, you found the loophole, right? Where it's like God's not up there like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said this was wrong, but since y'all did this, you good. Like that's just so dumb.
I just picture God going, like, you got me.
You got me. You got me, buddy.
Buddy, that's
Okay,
really good,
buddy, you got me. You got me.
You got me, but I was going to sell you insurance, but you got me. But you got me.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like that's the part too where it's just sometimes I feel like with these people, it's like, why even go to church? Like if your whole existence is to find loopholes around the religion that you're supposed to be dedicated to, what is the point of this?
Well, I mean, I think, and that's the issue with making people think that it's all about these very specific, silly rules. You know what I'm saying? where I've said for so long now, and a lot of people will say this, we're like, yeah, I'm not religious, but I'm like spiritual, right? It almost sounds like a joke now because so many people say that, but it's facts. It's like with religion comes all these super specific, seemingly pointless, arbitrary rules that it's like, oh, if you break this one rule, you're going to hell, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo, if y'all really raised me to believe that God is love and God is all-knowing, then like I think he can understand. I think he has the capabilities of like looking at the gray area. You know what I'm saying?
I called myself, it was only until recently, I called myself the skeptical Christian, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel like I am a part of the religion, but I question the religion more than most do, right? And that's like a part of that trajectory of either growth or decline, right? And it's hard for me to anything in life follow anything blindly, right? And this is a guy who grew up in church, who wanted to go into seminary, wanted to do all this other stuff. And I will say this, right, to young people, I don't know if you agree, but high key, I feel like ever since I started questioning, I actually became closer. Right? I thought it kind of did the opposite of what I thought it was going to do.
Because you know what happens, bro? You stop believing because you're scared. Because religion will scare you into it. If I don't believe all this shit, I'm going to hell. God's going to fucking punish me.
Yeah.
When you start asking questions and looking at it like, nah, man, I believe in a God that like has been blessing me, fucking looks after me, understanding, loving, then it's like, I'm choosing to believe in God, not because I'm scared, but because I fuck with dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, as a grown-ass person, I'm not like afraid of this like omniscient, scary like entity. I'm like, I enjoy the relationship I have with this being, communicating, feeling like these blessings that have like, that I've felt in my life. And it's like, it's almost like, yo, I choose this as opposed to I'm like pressured into it,
There's some really, holy shit, this one's spicy. There's some like interesting things where there was a theory about how, how they're predicting the end of time and the certain signs of the apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
And currently right now with the war that's going on, they're saying that there is a certain faction of people that are trying to forcibly put the signs of the end of time right now.
Okay.
And the theory is like their end of time and the signals for it does make sense for them because at the time, their view of the world was only this small place that they lived in. They didn't realize how large the map in the world is. So what they're predicting and the signs that they're saying is only for that Middle East area. It's not for the rest of the world because they didn't realize that the rest of the world existed.
Yeah.
Which is fucking fast. I never thought about that.
Bruh, my youth pastor's been saying the world's gonna end since I was fucking 12 years old, dog.
I've heard it many times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally everybody, like, our pastors were always telling us that the world's gonna come to an end soon and to get ready for that shit. But it's like, all right, y'all, we've been waiting, dog. Like, I think, as far as I know, I think I'm okay. I think we're okay.
I can't live my life thinking that the tomorrow's going to end all the time, right? I understand I live my life knowing that there's a finite time I have on this earth, which is why I try to be good to the people that I care about. I say, fuck you, the ones that I hate.
Yeah.
But in between those times, it's like, dude, I can't just live in fear 24/7, dog. It's exhausting. And you don't enjoy life that way either.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't live in fear, but I definitely live thinking that the world's going to end at any time. Or no, not the world. I'm thinking I can die at any time.
Yes.
So I try to make the most out of everything, which is why, okay, here we go. Last question. If the world was going to end tomorrow, what would you do with your last 24 hours? David, so go.
I would call up this place called Kyo-chan. I would definitely eat the stuff that I want to eat, right? Actually, I know. I would want to spend time with all my friends and family. If I can't get to all the friends, I just call them up, tell them I love them, hang that shit up. And I would just be back at my house in Sacramento with my parents. And I would just spend the last days saying, hey, you fucked me up as a kid. Right? And I've always wanted to say this shit. And none of you took personal responsibility, you pieces of shit. Just because you cook good doesn't mean that you could treat me that way. And you lecture me way too fucking much. I'm twice your size. I could beat you up if I wanted to. No, I would spend it with my parents, and then I would spend it with Mariel, and just watch the world burn.
I think I would, if I had 24 hours left, I think I would definitely spend the last.
Oh, my brother too. I have a brother.
Oh yeah, shout out to your brother.
Yeah,
I like him because he's my height. I feel like last 22 hours spending with my family, friends. I'd probably have to throw a big party, eat a bunch of food, And then and then hour 23, huge orgy for whoever was down. Literally anybody who's down to fuck, come through for an hour. And then last hour, hang out with Beta.
Daddy, where are you? I'm scared. Shut up. I'm fucking bitches.
Give me 10 minutes, baby girl.
Where's mommy? I don't know. She's fucking bitches too.
Yeah, no. Mommy's getting so many dicks right now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Crazy.
She's getting pummeled by penis. All right.
All right, guys. Well, get that image of Chia getting pummeled by penis in your mind. And thank you for watching another episode of Dudes Behind the Foods. Remember, hey, though we could die any day, so make the most out of your life. But also, the world may or may not end, so hi.
Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food.